Hey everybody, welcome back to Automatic for the Collector. I'm coming to you to do a recap video of describing a card show I went to this past weekend and show you some of the cards I picked up at the show. And more importantly than showing the cool cards I picked up, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the experience I had, which made this card show a little bit special compared to others I've been to. You see, at this card show, there was what I would consider a minor celebrity there. I was walking around. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw him across the room. And I'm sure a lot of you know there's those celebrities out there that they're so famous, so well known, so iconic that people know them by just one name. Say for instance you say Madonna. What Madonna are you talking about? Well, the only Madonna everybody knows. Or one of my favorite singers. I tend to like music that's a little bit more alternative, indie stuff that's not quite as mainstream as Madonna. And so one of my favorite artists is Morrissey. A lot of you guys, if you don't know Morrissey, you might remember the band he was in the early 80s called the Smiths. But anyways, you say the name Morrissey and your mind automatically goes to the guy that was in the Smiths. So getting back to the show, I was walking around. I just got there. It was a 2-day show, Friday and Saturday. I got there pretty much at the very beginning of the show on Friday, and I was making my way around the room. I glanced over and, like I said, saw this famous card collector there. And so without making you burst in suspense, I know the suspense is building. The celebrity I saw there was none other than Chris from Missouri. That's right. Whenever you say Chris from Missouri, nobody says, well, Chris who? Which Chris in Missouri? There's only one Chris from Missouri, and when somebody says Chris from Missouri, nobody's saying, well, which of the millions and millions of Chris's in Missouri are you talking about? We all know the Chris from Missouri that has become so well known. And so anyways, I got to meet Chris from Missouri, and I got to talk to him a little bit. He was generous enough to carve a little bit of time out to chat with his fans, and me being one of his fans, he was very gracious and a very nice guy. And I wanted to point out that he's just as nice in person as he is in his videos and on the shows he does with other YouTubers. And one thing that surprised me even more than that, just how nice of a guy he was I couldn't believe it. I hope one of these days you guys can also experience, but he's much more handsome in person than he is on camera. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Now, I'm not going to elaborate a lot more on the show. I'm going to get to the cards here in just a minute and show you the highlights of what I picked up from the show. And I did get one card from Chris, and I can't wait to show you that one. So if you'll hang on just a minute, I'm going to switch things around here and where I can show you the cards a little bit better. So hang tight. Okay, everyone. The first two things I'm going to show you are something I picked up at the show that I'd never seen in person before. The majority of the things I'm going to show you in this video are all graded cards I picked up. I was super thrilled to add each one of them to my collection. But before I get to the graded cards, I wanted to show you these items here. This is Harmon Killebrew, and it's something called the Sertoma Stars. I didn't know when I got these what year they were from, so once I had purchased these, I looked it up, and these came out in 1977. I'm pretty sure that was the year it said these were from. But anyways, I got the Killebrew here. And then I got one other one. This is Rusty Staub. And I'll show you the back. One thing I really like about the Sertoma Stars, and this again is the first time I ever saw them, was the pictures are very nice of the players on the front, but I like how the backs have advertisements. You can see this one here is for a guy's painting and snow removal business. And then I'll go back to the Killebrew real quick, and the back of that one was for Federal Sign. So those are really cool items, and I'm happy to add those to my collection. Now, the rest of the pieces I have to show you in this video, again, are going to be graded cards. And the first one I'm going to show you is the card that I picked up from Chris from Missouri. He had this in his showcase, and he had a lot of great cards, a lot of stuff that you'd like to have in his showcases there at the show. But this one here stood out to me the most, and I really like this card. The picture on the front is just amazing, the artwork. And like I say, Chris was just a very, very nice guy. I had been hoping to maybe one day get to meet him in person, just because he lives in the general region of the country I live in, and I don't get to go to a lot of card shows that are that far away from where I live, so I typically only go to shows that come around pretty close by. And this particular show in Northwest Arkansas, it rolls around about once every 3 months, and this was the first time Chris had made it to this show in Northwest Arkansas. But I've never really gotten a chance to meet any other YouTubers in person, and it just adds to the experience so much more to actually get to talk to them a little bit instead of just communicating through, a brief comment on their video. So anyways, the 1952 Bowman Duke Snyder, and Chris gave me a really good deal on this. I couldn't be happier with it. So Chris, if you happen to watch this video, I just want to thank you again for allowing me to add this one to my collection. And I'll always remember where I got it from. It's going to stay tight right here in my collection. Okay, the next card I'm going to show you that I picked up is this Ron Santo rookie, 1961 Topps. And I was really happy to add this one because I believe it was at the last card show I went to back in December. I took some cards with me to use as trade or sell material to fund my collection to get other cards. And I had a pretty rough copy of the Ron Santo, an ungraded one. And it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't something that I necessarily wanted to hang on to. So I let that one go, and I figured one day if the right one came along, I would get it again. And this one's much nicer than the one I had, and as you can see, it's already graded by SGC. So it was kind of nice that I was able to get a copy of this card back so quickly. Like a lot of the collectors out there that say, the true collectors, you know, your collection's just kind of a journey, and the way things happen, circumstances, you know, being at the right time, the right place, finding things at the right price. It's just a matter of being patient and kind of wait until the right thing comes into your lap. This next card I picked up, I'm not a huge modern card collector, but any of you that have watched my videos knows I do get some modern cards. But Bobby Witt is one that I've acquired a few cards of. He plays for the Kansas City Royals, as you guys know, but I know him more so because he played for the Northwest Arkansas Naturals in the minor league. And unfortunately, I didn't get to have the foresight to try to maybe get an autograph or something when he was so close by to where I live playing for the Naturals. But I could already tell when he came up to bat, he was such a great player that in the minor leagues, that he kind of came and went so fast. And I don't get to make it to as many games as I'd like to with the minor league Naturals team. But anyways, this card was there at the show, and I just like the look of it. Compared to a lot of his fancy cards, autograph cards out there that can be pretty expensive, this one was a relatively inexpensive card. And it doesn't matter to me if it's high dollar or not. I like the image. The card is really cool, so I got this one. Now I'm going to take a brief little detour from what I picked up at the show, because I knew I was going to show that Bobby Witt card, and this one was right there with it. I haven't filed them away yet in their kind of permanent home in the boxes, the way I organize things. But this was a card I got off eBay, kind of in a purchase I hadn't really planned out. I kind of did it spur of the moment a while back, and I think I got this for about $7 on eBay. But it's as you can see, a CSG slab. It's from the 2022 Topps Complete Sets. So it's a different image on this than what came out in just the regular Topps series. But this was the first CSG slab I've ever gotten. Still the only CSG. I do like them. They're nice and clear, like I've heard a lot of people talk about. But since I showed the other Bobby Witt card, I thought I'll just go ahead and show this one as well. And I did show one other Bobby Witt in a previous video a little while back. I don't remember which episode it was in, but I've got several of his cards now, and I'm really enjoying collecting them. So I hope he continues to do well and to pan out as a good player. And being that he's kind of in our region with the Royals, you can't beat that. And here's another card I picked up at the show. This was one I didn't have in my collection, and I've always liked the picture on the 1970 Topps for Lou Brock. I got a fantastic deal on this one. But Just a super clean, sharp looking card. I'm very happy with that. And then I've got two more cards to show you. This next one is one that had kind of been on my radar to hopefully pick up one day. And that's the 1975 Topps Moses Malone rookie card. I'm not a huge basketball collector. If I do collect any basketball, I like to collect more vintage basketball. I know nothing about the modern basketball players, but anyways, I'm pretty selective as to what I go after if I do get any basketball cards. But I do remember Moses Malone played for the Atlanta Hawks, and I remember him from when I was a kid and watching the Atlanta teams play on TV. So this card has kind of grown in popularity and gone up in value, I know, in recent times. So they're not necessarily getting easier to get. So I did a little wheeling and dealing, and I traded off one card to get this, and traded a card and spent a little cash along with it. But real happy to have this one now. And then last but not least, from what I picked up, is another card I really, really like. I just like the image on this. This is the second year Walter Payton card, the 1977 Topps. And this is a nice, clean, sharp looking one. Graded a 5, as you can see. But there's the back of it. And again, with football, I'm kind of the same way I am with basketball. I tend to go for the major stars that played years ago and go after more vintage cards than modern. I don't have the Walter Payton rookie card yet. That's another one that one day I'll have to add to my collection if I can find the right one at the right price at the right time. There were some at the show, but you can't get everything all at once. So anyways, these are the highlights of what I got from this last weekend's show. And I hope you enjoyed seeing these. I hope you like the cards. If you like sports cards and you like vintage stuff, then I'm sure you do like this. Tell your friends. Send them my way to check this out. They'll enjoy the cards, I think. And I'll show this beautiful Duke Snider just a little bit more here for you before we turn out the lights. But again, I want to say thank you to Chris from Missouri. Very nice meeting you in person. I don't do videos like a lot of people at card shows. I'm not that handy and not that technical to do it and then come and edit and make fancy videos. So I just press record, do videos, talk off the cuff, and what you see is what you get. And I do have to get some better lighting. John 3D80's kid is... I knew my setup wasn't the best to begin with, but now it's kind of becoming more obvious that I could do a better job with my lighting and stuff. So maybe one day I'll figure all that stuff out, but hopefully for now the cards are good enough, and you can at least find some value in what I do and what I show. But anyways, I appreciate all of you watching, and just comment, tell me what you think, tell me what your favorite cards were in this video. Tell me what you think of Chris from Missouri. And I guess I'll quit jabbering. I'm starting to just jabber here. Anyways, as always, take care, everyone. We're going to land the plane now, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.